All right. So the Buccaneers get dominated once again by the New Orleans Saints, and we've learned a lot from this football game about the Buccaneers and potentially, how is it going to affect their playoff future. But as far as the Buccaneers making a Super Bowl run, are they still contenders? Yes, they're still contenders to potentially compete for a championship. But do I think they'll get there? Oh, hell no. The Buccaneers are done. They're not getting to the Super Bowl. And the biggest reason why they're not getting to the Super Bowl is because the Buccaneers have not proven that they can handle teams that can pressure Brady. They can't do it. If you look at the Giants, what they were able to do a week ago, what did they do? They put a lot of pressure on Brady. They put a lot of pressure on Brady. They forced him inside of the pocket, but there was always players. They put a lot of pressure on Brady. They were hitting Brady. They pretty much made Brady uncomfortable. And Brady remember, he's 43 years of age. Normally he can handle these type of defenses, but he's 43 years of age, right? Doesn't really have the same arm strength as he used to have. But like I said again, I mean, he does not, for at least for this season, even last season too. He hasn't figured out how to compete against good defenses, how he can defeat good defenses. And coordinators that are really really good, that know how to scheme, especially when they know how to run these exotic type of blitz packages, or they can just simply just rush forward without even having to send barely any pressure. Tom Brady, we've seen him that he just can't handle it. And we've seen the Giants have success. We've seen the Chicago Bears have success, and we've seen the New Orleans Saints have success twice, right? All three of those teams are defenses that can get after the quarterback. So I look at a team like the Rams, who they're going to be playing against in about a couple of weeks. I think they'll have trouble with them. I think they'll have trouble with the Kansas City Chiefs because the Chiefs have players like Frank Clark and Chris Jones that can get after the quarterback. The Buccaneers just can't handle it. And if they play the Saints a third time, I can't see this result getting better. This is worse. This result is worse. Offensively, they just couldn't really do anything. They couldn't run the football with Ronald Jones and Fournette being in the backfield. Again, receivers, it just seems like the communication was off as well. Brady just looked like he was rushing his throws for the most part. I mean, the Saints made that offense look so super uncomfortable. And Bruce Arians said that that we had a good week of practice. So if the Buccaneers had a phenomenal week of practice and they looked like that result, imagine if I mean, I don't know. I mean, this was just a crazy result. I expected this to be a much closer competitive game, especially because this could be the game that could decide who's going to win the South. And the Saints stomped a mud hole on Tom Brady in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, as a Bills fan, am I happy about that? Oh hell yeah, I'm a Bills fan. I've seen Tom Brady torture our division for fucking 20 years, but if you're a Buccaneers fan, you're not going to be happy with this result, and you got to be worried looking on to the future if you guys will make it to if the Buccaneers even make it to the playoffs. And we all know they should, everyone should know that they should make the playoffs. But if they make the playoffs, how are they going to handle the good defenses? How are they going to handle defenses that have fronts that can rush forward without even barely having to stand any pressure? The Buccaneers have struggled and struggled and struggled, and that's something that they're gonna have to figure out. But the Saints, on the other hand, were just masterful performance. I mean, for the most part, this offense for the majority had great field position because of the defense, whether it was turnover, whether it was the interceptions. It was just the Saints always had great field position, and Drew Brees and this offense capitalized it. Now, Michael Thomas being back on the offense, that's huge for the New Orleans Saints because it opens up the offense a little bit more. Again, it wasn't his greatest game today, but I feel like just the threat of Michael Thomas in this game, I feel like definitely had a huge impact on the game. They ran the ball effectively. I feel like Taysom Hill played a huge impact on this game, especially on the ground game. And Kamara was doing Evan Kamara things for the most part. But Drew Brees, he just looked comfortable. There was barely any pressure on Drew Brees for the most part. He looked comfortable. He looked like old Drew Brees for the most part. Doesn't have the same arm power, but as far as just scanning the field and going through his reads. I mean, Drew Brees just put on once again a masterful performance. He almost had a 100 QBR this football game. So the Saints, for the most part, I mean, they just won on all facets of the game: special teams, offensively and defensively, and they have proven that they are just that much better than the Buccaneers. The first time around was domination, 34-23. Second time around, they just stamped. They pretty much stamped on the Buccaneers' ass, man. That we are the better team, and yeah, they are definitely the better team. But if you're the Buccaneers, you gotta have questions. If you're a fan, or if you're or you're part of the coaching staff or a player, you gotta have questions about how in the hell can we handle the good defenses, because Tom Brady is not, the protection is not there. They have struggled with protection against good defenses. They've struggled against pressure pretty much all year, and Tom Brady just does not look like the same Tom Brady for, let's say, when he was back at the Patriots, let's say 5-6 years ago, when he can handle these type of defensive schemes. He just has trouble with it. So we'll figure out. We're not gonna. I'm not gonna figure out, but we will see how the Buccaneers will adjust to it, if they'll get better at it, because their schedule is going to get a little bit tougher. And obviously in the playoffs, they're going to be going against a lot of teams, especially that has good defenses. So obviously we'll see what happens with the Buccaneers and how they can handle that. But anyway, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this particular video. If you guys want more NFL coverage, more NFL recaps, you guys can definitely hit the subscribe button and make sure to hit this notification bell, so you guys will always stay notified with that. If you guys want to follow me on my social medias, because I'm going to start using my social media a lot more, just to post more, so you guys can stay up to date of when and what time I will also upload my videos. That will also be in the link below in the description. But anyway, guys, that's all I got for you guys today. If you guys enjoyed the video, first of all, I definitely would appreciate it. But anyway, Gen716, aka Gen Sports. I'll check you guys out later. Peace.